Welcome to the Valley Christian Conservatory online devotions. We all need an encouraging word and inspiration to be more like Jesus. After watching this video, take some time to reflect on what was meaningful to you and any application of what you've learned. Then share your thoughts in the forum. Write at least 3 sentences and allow others to be uplifted by your comments. May the people sharing and the message they bring touch your spirit and strengthen your heart. Jeff, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to encourage the folks and be able to share something spiritually too. But to start out with, tell us a little bit about yourself, something personally, and maybe what you're doing here also.
Well, I work with the music team and help the music team just do everything that we need to do to be successful and hopefully support the teachers and the programs as best I can. And I've been here at Valley for, I believe this is my 22nd year, but I'm somewhere around there.
Wow.
22nd year.
That's good. What are some of your favorite hobbies? What do you do in your free time?
I like to exercise. I read. I don't have a ton of free time, so those are my 2 things that I typically like to do. I used to love to play golf, but no time for that so much anymore with the family and all my obligations here at Valley.
Can you share something with us that'll encourage us spiritually?
Sure. I was been thinking about this. I know that this was coming up, and then last night it really coalesced. And I know there's gonna get I'm gonna have a lot of eye rolls and a lot of, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is what he's talking about. But last night, depending on when you're watching this, sometime in the future, was one of the best World Series games of all time, with the Dodgers playing the Toronto Blue Jays, Game 3. And it went to 18 innings. So they played basically 2 baseball games, and every kind of drama and turn of events and unusual circumstances all throughout the game. Just a super, super exciting game.
Wow.
And each team could have won it multiple times, et cetera, et cetera. I've been a Dodger fan for my whole life.
Nice.
And Freddie Freeman won the game in the 18th with the home run, and just great drama and great way to end it. And I'm grateful that the Dodgers won. And that's kind of where I'm heading with this. When I was young, one of my first memories of life is standing at the Christmas tree with my brothers. My grandpa lived in LA. My grandpa Arnie lived in LA, and he bought us for Christmas Rams jerseys, the little fake shoulder pads and the little plastic helmets that we could wear. And I thought I was on the team, and I'm looking up at my brothers like, we're on the Rams, we're on the team. And that's like one of my first memories. And I was a Rams fan from then on. Just that's the way it was. My grandpa was a Rams fan. My brothers we had the gear. Thought I was on the team. Wow. I'm a Rams fan. As I got a little older, I loved all sports, and I had to decide, well, what baseball team am I going to be a fan of? And I thought, this is about 10 years old. I had taken a lot of grief from the local 49ers fans about being a Rams fan from LA. And I thought, I really love the Dodgers and their team. I'm going to just be a Dodger fan. And I had been following kind of the Giants, the A's, and the Dodgers, and we played like wiffle ball, all kinds of variations of wiffle ball, tape ball, all that in our driveway and the street and the side yards and all that. And we always went through and we mimicked the batting stances of Ricky Henderson and all the different players. And we all kind of went through all the lineups. We memorized all the lineups, and we'd pick teams. And so I became a Dodger fan at a very young age. So as I grew up, a lot of grief from Giants fans and 49ers fans about me being a Dodger fan and a Rams fan. From those teams are from LA, but I'm not rooting for the home teams here in the Bay Area. So it became a thing. And last night, as I was watching this game, it kind of occurred to me how I used to have, how I used to think about sports and my identity. My whole identity, well, I won't say my whole identity, but a lot of my identity was wrapped up in whether those teams won or lost.
Mm-hmm.
And after the drama of this game last night, my old me would have been miserable today had they lost. It would have just ruined my whole day. I would have just been crushed and upset, and it would have just followed me along. And when my teams didn't win, I was not happy, et cetera, et cetera. But last night, even though I'm enjoying the game and I want rooting for my team and all the things, had they won or lost, I would have slept just the same. Would have slept just the same because old me would have had my identity wrapped up in my sports teams.
Right.
Too much.
Mm-hmm.
It was too much of my identity and part of my life. And this is before I became born again and a Christian. And so I needed something. Everybody has a God. And so what is your God? Some people's gods are a variety of things. And mine, in a certain way, was my sports teams. And after I became a Christian as an adult, I realized that's not where my identity should be or needs to be. And it's kind of like idols. And a lot of our students struggle, I think, with their identity and being in their academics or their GPA or pressure from their parents and or what college they're going to get into. Their whole identity is wrapped up into that, and that's where their focus is or their idol is. There's a lot of idols out there. I'll read a little list that I came up with of just the idols. A lot of people, their sports teams that they root for.
Right.
We all know those people. I was one myself where that's what they're all about, and maybe that's only what they're all about is their identity as a fanatic. Fan is short for fanatic. A lot of people, their identities wrapped up in their hobbies or their activities, whether it's their children's little league. I'm their coach, and that's all. That's a good thing, but it shouldn't be the only thing. A lot of people, their idol is being famous or want to be an influencer on YouTube, et cetera, et cetera. Right. Of course, your career, if that's your focus, or beauty. I never had a problem worrying about beauty as being one of my idols. I gave that one up a long time ago. Never really was an issue for me. Money's a big one. These days, sometimes gender identity or sexual orientation can be your only focus and identity. And sometimes parenthood can be the identity, that it's all about your kids and you being a parent, and you become latched onto that or potentially codependent, and then your kids grow up and leave and you are left empty and hollow because you no longer have that identity, and that can change you as a person. Sometimes being a teacher, when I was a younger teacher, my identity was in my career or the success of my band program at my old school. If we won or if we lost really took a toll on me personally, and my moods and my temperament was based around that. And
I can imagine.
It wasn't the best version of me. That I wasn't doing those things for always the right reasons. I was trying to be ultra competitive,
right?
But that's not the best for the kids, perhaps, or even best for me. We see these days political ideology can be an identity. Are you for President Trump or are you against President Trump? And that is, in many ways, that has replaced religion in our country, or the common culture is politics. And that's always perhaps not a great place for us as a society to be as well, or an individual.
True.
Another thing that I did earlier in my life before I came back to Christ was I made an idol of myself through trying to do good works. I knew I wanted to do good things and be a good person and be very moral.
Yeah.
And I tried to do all of those things, but in the process, I put myself on the pedestal and kept wondering why I wasn't feeling good, or the best version of me, or a complete person. I was doing all these good works,
Mm-hmm.
but it was about me doing the good works. It wasn't filling that hole in my heart.
Wow. Yeah.
And when I came to Christ later in life, in my 30s or so, that's when I started to shift my focus, and now I had the reason for my works was complete. Like everything made sense now.
Mm-hmm.
And 2 Corinthians, therefore, if anyone is in Christ, he is a new creation. The old has passed away. Behold, the new has come. So I was a new person. I was able to reshift my orientation away from competitive aspects of, is my band winning or losing that marching band competition? Are my sports teams winning or losing? And how is that affecting me personally? These good works I'm doing, I'm not doing them for myself anymore to make myself feel better. I'm doing them to honor Jesus, to love Jesus, because I'm in relationship with Jesus and I want to serve him.
Yes.
Therefore, I serve people through that. And it just really changed my mindset and my orientation.
Oh, yeah.
Galatians, it is no longer I who live, but Christ who lives in me. And that, keeping my identity in Christ as the center of my being, as my focus, is really where I try and focus. And again, last night, super fun watching the game. I'm going to trash talk. I'm going to do all the things. That's for sure.
That's
but
fun.
Had they lost last night, or if they lose the World Series in the future, I'll be just fine. It's just fun. And I enjoy it. And it's just a fun thing, but it's not my core identity. I'm not going to lose sleep over it. And finally, and in Christ you have been brought to fullness. That's Colossians 2:10. And so the more our identity is in Christ, the more complete and full and fully functional adults and human beings we are when we're in Christ, as opposed to in beauty, fame, work, money, political ideology. All those things can be corrosive and corrupt and toxic. And I want to move those things over there and just maintain my focus and my identity in Christ.
Thank you so much for sharing.
Thanks.